What happens when a prince and princess find themselves caught between love, duty, and royal expectations in one of Europe's oldest monarchies? The story of Prince Joachim and Princess Marie of Denmark reveals a journey filled with romance, resilience, and remarkable challenges that most people never see behind palace walls. Their lives represent a fascinating chapter in modern royal history, one that speaks to anyone who has ever struggled to find their place in a family or felt overshadowed by more prominent siblings. Before we dive into this incredible story, make sure to hit that subscribe button, smash the like icon, and drop your thoughts in the comments below because this tale of royal intrigue is one you will not want to miss. Prince Joachim of Denmark was born into royalty on June 7, 1969, the younger son of Queen Margrethe II and Prince Henrik. From the very beginning, Joachim's position in the royal hierarchy was clear. He was the spare to the heir, living in the considerable shadow of his older brother Crown Prince Frederik, who would one day ascend to the Danish throne. Growing up in the magnificent halls of Danish palaces, Joachim received the education befitting a prince, attending elite schools and serving in the Danish military, following the long-standing tradition of royal service. His early life seemed destined to follow a predictable path, one of ceremonial duties and public appearances, always one step behind his more prominent brother. But life had other plans for this prince, plans that would take him far from the comfortable confines of Copenhagen's royal circles. Joachim's first marriage to Alexandra Manley, a Hong Kong-born woman of mixed Chinese and European heritage, captured public attention in 1995. Together they had two sons, Prince Nikolai born in 1999 and Prince Felix born in 2002. For years, they appeared to be the picture of royal domestic bliss, carrying out official duties and raising their young family. However, beneath the surface, cracks were forming in their relationship. The pressures of royal life, constant public scrutiny, and perhaps fundamental incompatibilities led to their separation in 2004 and subsequent divorce in 2005. The dissolution of this marriage marked a painful chapter in Joachim's life, one that would eventually lead him to an unexpected and transformative love. Enter Princess Marie, born Marie Cavalier on February 9, 1976 in Paris, France. Marie's background could not have been more different from the typical royal consort. She grew up in a well-educated upper-middle-class French family, studied economics and worked in international business and advertising before her life intersected with royalty. Marie was sophisticated, multilingual, and independent, embodying a modern European woman who had built her own career and identity. She met Prince Joachim in 2005, shortly after his divorce, and their connection was immediate and profound. Here was a woman who understood the complexities of life, who had lived in the real world beyond palace gates, and who brought a fresh perspective to the sometimes stuffy world of royal protocol. Their romance blossomed quickly, and on May 24, 2008, Marie Cavalier became Princess Marie of Denmark in a beautiful ceremony at Mogeltunder Church. The wedding was an elegant affair that perfectly blended French sophistication with Danish royal tradition. Marie looked radiant in her wedding gown, and the joy on both their faces was unmistakable. For Joachim, this represented a second chance at love and happiness, while for Marie, it meant embracing an entirely new life, filled with royal responsibilities and public expectations. Together they would go on to have two children, Prince Henrik born in 2009 and Princess Athena born in 2012, creating a blended family that included Joachim's sons from his first marriage. Princess Marie quickly proved herself to be a dedicated and hard-working member of the Danish royal family. She threw herself into learning Danish, a notoriously difficult language, and took on numerous patronages focusing on issues close to her heart including children's welfare, health, and cultural exchange between France and Denmark. Her style was elegant yet accessible, drawing favorable comparisons to other popular European princesses while maintaining her own distinct identity. Marie's warmth and genuine interest in people shone through in her public engagements, earning her respect and admiration from the Danish people. She seemed to understand instinctively how to balance being a modern woman with the traditional expectations placed upon a royal princess. However, life for Prince Joachim and Princess Marie was not without its challenges. The couple found themselves navigating complex family dynamics within the royal household. There has long been speculation about tensions between Joachim and his brother Frederick, and between Marie and Frederick's wife Crown Princess Mary. While the Danish royal family has always maintained a united public front, observers have noted moments of apparent distance or awkwardness at official events. Some royal watchers suggest that Joachim has felt undervalued or overlooked throughout his life, always playing second fiddle to his more prominent older brother. These family tensions, whether real or perceived, would come to a head in a dramatic fashion in 2022. In 2021, Prince Joachim and Princess Marie made a significant move when Joachim accepted a position as defense attaché at the Danish embassy in Paris. This relocation to France seemed like a perfect fit for the family, given Marie's French heritage and their children's dual cultural identity. The family settled into Parisian life, with their children attending French schools and the couple carrying out diplomatic duties on behalf of Denmark. It appeared to be an ideal arrangement that allowed them to maintain their royal roles while enjoying some distance from the sometimes intense scrutiny of life in Copenhagen. The move to Paris represented a new chapter, one where they could carve out their own niche within the broader framework of royal service. Then came the bombshell announcement that would rock the Danish royal family and capture international headlines. In September 2022, Queen Margrethe announced that effective January 1, 2023, the 4 children of Prince Joachim would lose their prince and princess titles. Nikolai, Felix, Henrik, and Athena would henceforth be known simply as Counts and Countess of Montpezat, losing their Royal Highness designations. The palace justified this decision as a way to streamline the monarchy and allow the children to live more normal lives without the burden of royal titles. However, the manner in which this decision was communicated and implemented sparked immediate controversy and revealed deep rifts within the family. Prince Joachim's response was swift and unfiltered, a rarity for typically reserved royal family members. In interviews, he expressed his shock and hurt, stating that he had been given very little notice about the decision and that his children were deeply upset by the loss of their titles. He described feeling blindsided by his mother's announcement, suggesting that family communication had broken down. Dramatically, Princess Marie also spoke out, expressing concern for her children's well-being and the psychological impact of suddenly losing a core part of their identity. The couple's public comments were remarkably candid for royals, revealing genuine pain and frustration with how the situation had been handled. The controversy dominated Danish media for weeks, with public opinion divided between those who supported the Queen's modernization efforts and those who felt Joachim's children had been treated unfairly. The title's controversy highlighted broader questions about the role of modern monarchy and the treatment of so-called spare heirs. Comparisons were inevitably drawn to the British royal family and the experiences of Prince Harry, another younger son who has spoken openly about feeling marginalized within the royal system. Like Harry, Joachim seemed to be grappling with the question of what purpose and value a younger prince brings to the monarchy, particularly as the institution seeks to slim down and reduce costs. The incident raised uncomfortable questions about family loyalty, institutional priorities, and whether royals who are not in the direct line of succession are valued members of the family or merely expendable supporting players. In the aftermath of the controversy, there were reports of attempted reconciliation and family meetings to smooth over tensions. Queen Margrethe, who is known for her strong personality and decisive leadership, reportedly met with Joachim to discuss the situation, though details of those conversations remained private. The relationship between mother and son appeared strained, even as both continued to fulfill their public duties with professional courtesy. For Princess Marie, navigating this family crisis while supporting her husband and protecting her children required tremendous grace and resilience. She continued to carry out her royal engagements with her characteristic elegance, even as personal turmoil swirled behind the scenes. The year 2023 brought another major transition for the couple when Prince Joachim was appointed as defense industry attaché at the Danish embassy in Washington, D.C. This move to the United States represented yet another relocation for the family, taking them even further from Denmark and the center of royal life. Some interpreted the appointment as a form of exile, a way to keep Joachim and his family at a comfortable distance following the title's controversy. Others saw it as a genuine opportunity for Joachim to contribute meaningfully in a role that suited his military background and interests. Whatever the underlying motivations, The move to Washington, D.C. marked a new phase in their lives, one where they would represent Denmark in America while building a life far from the Danish court. Living in Washington, D.C. has allowed Prince Joachim and Princess Marie to maintain a somewhat lower profile than they might have in Copenhagen or even Paris. They continue to carry out diplomatic duties and represent Danish interests, but with less of the constant media attention that comes with being based in Denmark. Their children are adapting to American schools and culture, adding yet another dimension to their already multicultural upbringing. The family seems to be finding its footing in this new environment, creating a life that balances royal responsibilities with a degree of normalcy that might not have been possible in Denmark. Princess Marie has been spotted at various events in Washington, always impeccably dressed and gracious, while Prince Joachim focuses on his diplomatic and defense-related work. Throughout all these challenges and transitions, Princess Marie has emerged as a figure of quiet strength and dignity. Her journey from Parisian businesswoman to Danish princess to diplomatic spouse has required constant adaptation and resilience. She has navigated family controversies, media scrutiny, and multiple international relocations while raising 4 children and maintaining her royal duties. Marie's fashion choices continue to garner attention, with her elegant French style bringing a touch of continental sophistication to royal events. More importantly, she has shown a genuine commitment to the causes she supports, using her platform to highlight important social issues and cultural connections between Denmark and the countries where they have lived. Prince Joachim's story is in many ways emblematic of the challenges faced by younger royals in modern European monarchies. He was born into immense privilege and responsibility, yet his role has always been somewhat ambiguous, important enough to require constant public duty but not central enough to guarantee influence or recognition. His willingness to speak openly about family tensions and his hurt over the title's decision represents a break from traditional royal discretion, suggesting that even within the most formal institutions, human emotions and family dynamics cannot always be contained behind palace walls. Whether history will view him as a victim of an outdated system or as a man who struggled to find his place within it remains to be seen. The couple's relationship itself stands as a testament to the power of second chances and finding love when you least expect it. Joachim and Marie's partnership appears to be built on genuine affection, mutual support, and shared values. They have weathered storms together that would test any marriage, from blended family challenges to public controversies to multiple international moves. The way they present themselves publicly, often seen sharing warm glances or supporting each other at events, suggests a strong bond that has only deepened through adversity. Their love story may not fit the traditional fairy tale mold, but it represents something perhaps more valuable, a realistic portrayal of how love and commitment can thrive even under extraordinary pressure. As we look at Prince Joachim and Princess Marie of Denmark today, we see a couple who has traveled an unexpected path through the world of royalty. They have experienced the heights of fairy tale romance and the depths of family conflict. They have represented their country across 3 different nations, adapting to new cultures and diplomatic challenges with each move. They have raised children who will grow up with a unique perspective, having experienced both the privileges and the costs of royal life, including the controversial loss of their titles. Through it all, they have maintained their dignity, their commitment to service, and their dedication to each other and their family. The Danish royal family, like all monarchies in the 21st century, faces the challenge of remaining relevant while adapting to changing social expectations. The treatment of Prince Joachim's family has raised important questions about fairness, communication, and the human cost of institutional decisions. As Denmark prepares for the eventual reign of Crown Prince Frederik, now King Frederik X following Queen Margrethe's abdication in January 2024, the role of Prince Joachim and his family remains somewhat uncertain. Will they be welcomed back into the fold as valued members of the royal family, or will they continue to operate on the periphery, representing Denmark from afar while building their own distinct path? What makes this story so compelling is how it reflects universal themes that resonate far beyond palace walls. Who has not felt overshadowed by a sibling or struggled to find their place within a family? Who has not experienced the pain of feeling undervalued or the challenge of navigating complex family dynamics? Who has not had to reinvent themselves after disappointment or find strength in a loving partnership during difficult times? Prince Joachim and Princess Marie's story, for all its royal trappings, is ultimately a human story about resilience, love, adaptation, and the ongoing quest to find meaning and purpose in life regardless of the circumstances into which we are born. So here is the question that lingers as we consider their remarkable journey. In a world where traditional monarchies are increasingly questioned and the role of royal families continues to evolve, what does it truly mean to serve with dignity when the institution you serve seems uncertain about your value? And can love and family bonds survive the pressures of public life when personal feelings collide with institutional decisions?